Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 2 of the Dunsparces and Dragonites League, D&D League, season 6. Um, yeah, I'm playing Morgan and the Canada Cryogonals this week. Not the team I was expecting, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting the Alolan Raichu or the Kingdra, but I am definitely happy to not see the um, Rabombi, for sure, so I don't need to worry about sticky webs on my opponent's side. That's my sets up on the left-hand side of the screen here, just so you know what I'm playing with. If you didn't check out the team builder, which will be down below, if you want to find out my reasoning on my sets and why I brought what I did and what I thought my opponent was going to bring, and just a general idea on what the opponent's team actually is. But yeah, I'm bringing the Espeon, the Celesteela, the Mamoswine, the Hydreigon, the Whimsicott, and the Araquanid. And my opponent has brought the Miltank, Alolan Raichu, Arcanine, Sylveon, Excadrill, and Kingdra. Alright, so yeah, I was fearing a Rabombi lead, and Espeon was basically my dedicated lead if Rabombi was coming. But since Rabombi didn't come, I just decided to lead with my Araquanid. And Morgan led with the Kingdra and just goes for Toxic off the bat while I go for Sticky Webs. So having Toxic on my Araquanid is pretty crap because, like, it puts Araquanid on a timer and it limits its usefulness. I can't really take too much extra damage. But yeah. Anyway, I just go for the Leech Life here because it's the thing that's going to do the most damage to the Kingdra. I expect it to stay in. It wouldn't have been able to knock me out one hit anyway. And the Miltank comes in. I go for a Leech Life. I notice that obviously it's a Miltank. It's pretty bulky. Araquanid's not doing much to that. Liquidation, I think I count still did about 30% or something like that, which, I mean, is not terrible, but this thing is obviously going to have like milk drink or something like that. Here I was like, I could bring Espeon in. Espeon's going to hit it hard, and I don't really have anything, like, I don't really have a use for Espeon, so taking damage on it isn't too bad. And with the webs up, it's going to outspeed, like, definitely. I think. I worked that out. But I was also fearing, like, an earthquake. I mean, at the time, I don't know why I was fearing it, like, because I have the Hydreigon, I have the Celesteela, and then, like, Araquanid's not going to take a bunch of damage from an earthquake anyway. Whimsicott's really not going to take a ton of damage from the earthquake. Mamoswine might take a bit, but it's not going to take, like, a ton. So yeah, Espeon should have been my switch in here, and I was definitely like, it was a 50-50 between that and Celesteela, but I do end up bringing the Celesteela in here. I didn't really think through that play a whole lot, and it gets Stealth Rocks up, and having the Espeon come in and block those Stealth Rocks would have been amazing for me. But at the time, I just, like, forgot that Miltank does that. Yeah, so real bad play on my part, to be honest. But, like, yeah, Miltank wouldn't have been able to do much to my Espeon. And just stopping those Stealth Rocks would have been really good for me. But it is what it is. I go for my metal sound here, expecting the mill tank to switch out, but as you see, it just went for an ice punch. That's like gonna give me the opportunity to just go for an air slash after this, because as you saw, I was faster than it, and yeah, try and get a flinch. And she brings the Kingdra in. I figure, I do my calcs. I figured I should be faster than it because of the webs and my investment in speed. I should be faster than a web's max speed Kingdra, which is when I find out that it's scarfed and it's gold and gets the burn. Now, luckily for me, my Celesteela is special, so the burn doesn't really matter at all. But it is gonna make my Celesteela take residual damage, which is quite frustrating. But yeah, the air slash brings it down to 32%. And that was like a min roll, so I know that the next air slash should kill. Expecting Kingdra to stay in and go for another skull, just try and get my Celesteela as low as possible. But switches out, and then Arcanine comes in, and like I was expecting the Scald, so I switched in my Whimsicott here, and then I was like, oh crap, Arcanine against Whimsicott. Bit of a pickle, because like that's the easiest flare blitz of this Arcanine's life, and I don't really want to take that damage on anyone else. At this point, Celesteela is definitely not going to take a flare blitz. Mamoswine would take a flare blitz, but I don't really want to take that damage, to be honest. Araquanid would probably take a flare blitz, but once again, I don't really want to take that damage. I don't think it quite possibly might have died after the toxic. And Hydreigon, I don't really want taking that damage either. And definitely not Espeon at this point. So I'm like, alright, Whimsicott can't really do much. Like, the reason I brought Whimsicott was for a Quiver Dancing Rabombi or something like that. So I just go for the Toxic on this turn, just to put this Arcanine on a timer and wear it down for my other mons, and I just take the Flare Blitz. Which, I don't know, like, maybe not the smartest decision, but I figured, like, it's the best I can do out of that poor play. Like, I wish that I had done what I should have done with Celesteela there and Metal Sounded. Because I think Celesteela would have taken a extreme speed at that range still. And I believe it would have been faster than a Arcanine as well. So I would have been able to knock it out with my Air Slash, Flying Z Air Slash there, which is like the whole reason I bought that set on the Celesteela, to be honest. But yeah, Whimsicott goes down, unfortunately, and then like that was my defogger as well, so I can't even get rid of the rocks at the moment. But like it would get rid of my webs as well, which I also don't really want to do. But yeah, anyway, Espeon comes in and does a chunk of damage by Psychic. That was a roll. It could have knocked out the Arcanine there. A bit unfortunate that it didn't, because that means I take a chunk of damage from that crunch. I believe I would have taken less damage from the Flare Blitz. But yeah, not a significant amount, but maybe enough. The Toxic goes down to the Toxic from Whimsicott, the Arcanine does, which is nice. And then Excadrill comes in here. And at this point, there's no point me taking my my Espeon out here, because it's just going to die to rocks on the way back in, and there's no one to defog the rocks away or anything like that. So and I'm locked into Choice Specs Psychic, so I just get as much damage off as I can. 46%, not actually that bad, but then I die to Rapid Spin. So my webs are off. Excadrill has gotten rid of my webs. Araquanid comes in. I believe Araquanid still would have been slower than this Excadrill as well, but Excadrill wouldn't have been able to kill it with anything. So I just go for the liquidation here and knock the LLM Raichu down to Sash, which is pretty neat. I switch out into Mamoswine, thinking a Thunderbolt or something like that was coming, in case I stayed in to try and get my webs up again. But it just goes for knockoff, which I would have been happy to take that on my Araquanid, I believe, and get webs up, but I couldn't risk a Thunderbolt just knocking my Araquanid out at that point. So yeah, unfortunately, my Mamoswine loses its Expert Belt, but I mean, that's not a huge deal. And then just to protect, to see what I want to do, I should have Stealth Rock there. It would have been a very smart play, because, like, obviously knockoff isn't going to do anything, and then this is probably going to have a electric move, a psychic move, and it obviously has protect, but I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, I don't think it would have had anything that would be able to take me out, so getting my Stealth Rocks up there could have been quite good, but I just wanted to get rid of it on the off chance. But yeah, so I believe I just go for the Ice Shard. Yeah, I go for the Ice Shard again. Stealth Rocking there would have been good once again, but pretty annoying. But yeah, I get my Stealth Rocks up this time, as the Sylveon goes for a Wish, and then I get a nice Earthquake off. It does a ton. Hyper Voice knocks me down to 1%, and it's a Life Orb, so that goes down. Now, here's another misplay from me. Yeah, I should have freeze dried here, like, because I knew the Rapid Spin was coming. I should have freeze dried here and hoped for the crit. But like, I just went for the Earthquake, and it's going to be faster than me, and knocked me out with the Rapid Spin, get rid of my rocks. So now I've got no hazards on my side, on my opponent's side, and no way of getting rid of the hazards on my side. So that's hasn't really worked out for me that well. Luckily, I have my Hydreigon. I bring that in, and obviously she doesn't know it's Choice Scarfed yet, because it hasn't shown itself, and I just go for the Draco. Now, I'm not sure what speed the Excadrill had, like speed investment or anything like that. I'm not sure if base speed excadrill is faster than base speed hydreigon. I don't know those speed tiers off the top of my head, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if she should have realized I was choice scarf there or not. But she does go and bring in her choice scarfed Kingdra. So I know I'm going to be faster than that. I do my mechanics, and even at half my special attack, I'm still going to be knocking this out with the Draco, so I just go that and get rid of that too, which is nice. And then Miltank comes in. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing anything to this at 0.33 special attack, or at least no significant amount, so I switch out into my Araquanid on the Ice Punch there. I can't get frozen, obviously, because I've got the Toxic on me. And yeah, I'm not sure what offensive moves this Miltank had besides the Ice Punch. I really should have gone for a Liquidation or something there. Get off as much damage as I can. But, excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I've got my webs back up. Not that it's really needed at this point. But yeah, I bring my Hydreigon in to, I don't know, see. I didn't know how much damage I was going to do. I should have calced first. And then she obviously thought I was going to go for a Draco there. And then, like, that would have healed up most of what my Draco done, and then I wouldn't have been able to out damage the milk drink at all. Luckily, I go into my Celesteela there because I was like, well, there's no point my Hydreigon being in at the moment because I can't Oko this, and just drop the special defense. And then the Ice Punch, but I Z-Power my Supersonic Sky Strike and just take that out. Like, with the special defense drop, no chance there. To be honest, she probably should have switched out on the Supersonic Sky Strike. I still probably could have got off a Metal Sound, but it might, I'm not sure, it might have been in range. After burn damage from that turn, that it would have been able to knock me out. But either way, I'm going to go down to the burn here, and then my Choice Scarf Hydreigon is going to be able to deal with a webbed Raichu, obviously. Just going to protect stall a turn at the end, I guess. And then, yeah, so we're going to come out on this 1-0, but there's definitely misplays on both sides. I was definitely in a position to lose that at multiple points. I was definitely in a position that I could have won it at multiple points as well. It was a close game. It was a really well played game by Morgan. I would say it was pretty close and pretty well played by both of us to like keep the back and forth going, to keep digging ourselves out of the holes. But I guess I was lucky that the Miltank went down to my Celesteela there, because the Miltank could have probably stalled out my my Hydreigon for sure, which yeah, wouldn't have been very cool for me. But yeah, well played to Morgan, and I think, who am I playing next week? I think I'm playing Shiny Krabby next week. I have to have a look at his team and see what I'm up against. But yeah, I'll see you for week 3 in the D&D next week. Peace.